Okay, now that I got most of the varnish stripped off of this, this is pretty much the most beaten up piece of this stock. There's a couple small nicks and other kind of surface defects in the rest of the stock, but the lower handguard is pretty much the worst. The main thing that I see is this little dent right here. You can kind of see it. It's outlined a little bit by the sanding I did on it. And there's a way that you can actually get that back out. And it doesn't involve a lot of sanding or filling it or anything like that. It involves some, in this case, 400 grit sandpaper that I already used on it that you can kind of see there. A piece of cloth, in this case it's just a piece of pillowcase, it's big enough to cover it, and a couple other things in that area too. You'll need some water, and you'll need an iron. So, what you do is what I've already done a little bit of here. You sand this down to where it's still bare, new wood. Doesn't have to be too much sanding, just enough to get down there. Then, take some water, put it on your cloth. Put the cloth that's wet over the area of the defect in the wood. Take your iron and carefully position the iron over what you're working on. Pull up. And that defect is still in there a little bit. But what you can do, just push it back in, try it again. Looks like it's still a little bit in there, but not by much. What I'm going to do now is, since it's a little bit higher there, just going to sand it a little bit more with some sandpaper. Just to kind of get it down there again. Take a little bit more water, put it directly on there to make sure it sinks in like it's doing now. Rub it all over the area there. Put a little bit more on the cloth I'm using. Put that over it again. Again with the iron. And you just have to barely touch it. You're not actually ironing anything. It just needs the heat from it to get this raised out of there. Then after a couple seconds, bring it back up. And it looks like it's still in there. So again, more soak time, more iron time.
Oh my gosh.
And a little bit left on there.
Oh.
And built a little Cerakote booth for my smaller projects. And also use it for drying my wood here too, once that's done, so it doesn't get in your way too much there.
Well, yeah, I'm going to be putting the rest of the ceiling in, so I'll probably have to move your shit around some.
No, that's fine.
But the subfloor is in the attic already. So
Good.
I have to get another load of those slats and put a second layer over it so it's strong enough that I can walk on it without worrying about falling through the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put a second layer up there. It's half-inch thick cedar, which is nice and light, but not particularly strong. Doesn't matter out on the wings, but placed down the middle where I'm going to actually be walking on it. And even on the wings at this end, everywhere I have slats, I'm going to go over the second layer of slats. Out beyond that, it's not such a big deal, but I need a strong enough floor at this end that I can put things up there that are fairly strong and to be able to walk around up there. Also, before I get it all loaded with shit, I want to get up there and wire it so when you open this hatch here, right, this first hatch, and go up the ladder. Now that the ceiling's all in, it's kind of dark up there. A little bit of light comes in through the louvers at the end, but not much. So there'll be on the rafters when you go up the ladder, there'll be a switch right there. Throw the switch, and I'll use the lights that I took out here